Hello. If you're watching this, you probably know who I am. And I think I owe you an explanation of why I'm doing this. I firmly believe that the world does not need more thoughts from straight white men, but yet here I am. And I guess I'm doing this because I just feel the need right now to reach out. And I don't know how often I'll do this. I'm going to post videos occasionally. And I really don't have a plan. But I'm looking for a way to connect with people. I work with some great people and I talk to them and see them quite often. But outside of work, it's kind of lonely. So I am going to do this for now. And at some point, I'm going to talk about the craziness that's going around all of us. But for right now, I want to talk about things that I've been thinking about, like art, especially as an expression in my woodworking. Well, real friendship, and I kind of want to explore that, and the need to explore and hold strong our values internally. What, why that's important. Now, this may sound really high-minded, but I'm going to be as grounded as I can. And I think if you know me, you know that that's kind of that's a feature, not a bug. And I plan to show you projects that I'm working on. I plan to show you around my shop. I plan to show you my tools that I use, explain in some cases why they're important to me, and in some cases, what they do, and more of a boring, technical explanation. But that's kind of the thought I have behind this now, and I am going to show you the projects that I have finished in the last month and a half right now. I'll show them on the video and also take pictures just in case that looks better. So hang on, I'll be right back. I'm back. So you might have seen in pictures these little bandsaw boxes I've started making. And they're all made on the bandsaw. I may even show you the bandsaw because this is right over there. But these are fun and they're pretty fast. And they're cute and they're neat. So here's one. Here's another one, kind of a round one. This one's cool. There's a hole. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a knot hole in the back of this one, and it actually, you can kind of see it even on the drawer. So that's all one piece of wood that got cut out, and I left it there. I didn't fill it. I didn't do anything else with it, and I don't know why, but I like it. And yeah, it gives it a natural feel to it. It gives it something. And as we'll maybe talk about later, that's some of what I mean by art, where you just get this feeling of, I'm going to do that because I think that makes sense. Then there's this little tiny guy, cute little guy. Most of these are made with scraps of wood. I can show you here. This lined wood that's spalted maple, and it's pretty special wood, and I have been saving scraps of it because I made a couple of tables with it. But it's kind of special wood because what it is apparently when a soft maple tree falls and starts to rot, starts to do the process of decomposition, this is part of that decomposition. And then when you cut it and dry it, you stop it. and that's what you get these lines for. And some people actually like will try to do this artificially and put stuff in buckets of dirt and try to create this, but this is all natural, that I've been able to get a hold of, and I just think it's special wood, so I didn't want to waste any. So anyway, little tiny, cute little box that was actually cut out of the drawer hole for this one. And I guess one thing I'll say is I thought a lot about what what I would do for the handle. So this is leather, and when I made a big loop for a handle like I did with some of these others, it didn't look right. So what I did instead was drill one hole and then squish the loop down and make 2 ears. And I kind of like it. I think it's kind of a neat way to do that. Let's see, I've got one more. This is maybe a little rougher, and this doesn't have any of the spalted maple in it. Kind of a clock looking thing, and you can see here this has got a line of black walnut in it, and a little drawer. And this one I use leather on all these because honestly I forgot to put handles on them before I finished them, and to put a wood handle on these I would have to like sand it and glue it and then refinish it, so I just use leather. And with this one, because it's kind of a small face, I just made a tie and left the pigtail on the leather. So that's that. And then I got one more to show you that's kind of this is the bigger piece, because those don't take long. But the bigger piece that I worked on for the last month and a half, I might have to pick you up and show you this one, but it's another box. I used some of that fabric that Eowyn gave me. My friend Eowyn, my best friend, gave me and made inserts for it. It's got a little tray that sits on top of these dividers, and it's this beautiful kind of tiger striped maple that I bought from my friend Izzy in Brookings at Blind Guy Woodworking. He's starting to sell wood as well as make his cutting boards and other projects. And I was able to buy quite a bit of this. And this was one piece of it that I made into this box. And I hope you can see that. It's just gorgeous how that tiger striping, I'm not sure that's the right word for the wood, but how that really shows up and pops when I've got this finish on it. So the other thing, I'm going to pick you up here. So this is kind of woodworker shit. But one thing that I struggle with is cutting in these hinges and getting them right. And getting them in there so they look good. And these are a little chunky because I couldn't figure out how to do the curved corners. But the big thing is getting them set right so that when you close it, it actually lines up. I don't know if you can see that, but this box, there's maybe a 1/16 of an inch right here, but otherwise it lines up completely flat on the front. And it just that's kind of a difficult thing. At least for me, it was a difficult thing to get good at with my woodworking. So, yeah, those are my projects. Like I say, I probably will take some pictures and post these separately. But that's what I've been doing. And I just, oh, and this one too. So the top is different wood. The top is ash. One of my favorite woods, local wood. I just love the yellow and the colors that it shows in it, and the grain that comes out when you use a piece of wood like that. So that's this little box. And to be honest with you, I mean, the little bandsaw boxes, I've got a plan to make some of them, find someone who tumbles rocks, put some little shiny rocks in them. Then there's a printer in, I believe, Dawson, Minnesota, who still uses a letter set press. And I'm going to ask him to print some notes that are kind of like, this is treasure, you found it, take it home, share it with your friends, something like that. And I'm going to put little rocks in these little drawers, and I'm going to set them out in camping sites and, picnic shelters and stuff. Just let people find them. I think that would be hilariously fun. But like I say, they're so damn easy to make that I am going to have so many of them by the time summer comes around. So honestly, none of this stuff I have a purpose for right now. This is all just stuff I made. And I'm thinking about selling some. I struggle with that for a number of reasons. One, if I sell something, I kind of want it to be really good. And two, it's just hard for me to ask for money for this work. But I think I'm going to do that with these because, honestly, I'm going to run out of room to put finished projects. So I haven't figured out what to ask for them yet. If anyone's got any suggestions of what you think, let me know. But I guess that's where I'll stop today. And we'll see. Maybe next weekend I do another one. Oh, I was going to show you the bandsaw. So here we go. This is the bandsaw that cuts those boxes. And you can see here, I've got one all glued up and ready to go. Oh, I don't know if you can see the glued up and ready to go. And that's the pattern. So I walked away from my mic over there, but I showed you the bandsaw, and I showed you a bandsaw box that I've glued up the blank for, and it's ready to cut, and it's got the pattern glued on to the top that I'm going to use on that one. So there you saw a piece of tooling too. So yeah, we'll see if I do another one of these next weekend. But if you're watching this, thank you. I appreciate it. And, let me know what you think. So